What's going on, people? We are live. This is your boy, Jay Gibson, a.k.a. the $1 Million Manager, a.k.a. the president of Boss Talk Nation, and the new face of finance. So get used to it. And tonight is a very special show. Tonight, we're going to talk about, is Robinhood robbing the hood? What's really good? I don't know. We're also going to give you some tax tips for the bosses, right? Not for the guy that's over there trying to be a boss, something like a boss, thought he was a boss. If you're really a boss, then you're going to be able to take advantage of these tips. And then we're going to break it up with the panel. You know how we do. So let's not waste no time. We're going to get to it. Make sure if you are watching this, wherever you're watching it, if you leave a comment in the comment section, I'll highlight it. I'll big you up. If you got a question, it's going to be a lot of information tonight. So make sure if you ask your questions, we'll get them to the bosses. We'll get you as much information as we can. And we're going to get to the show. This is Boss Talk. Let's go. All right. So first up to the panel, I have my illustrious guest. You know, she's a financial wizard. She definitely knows what she's talking about, and she's going to tell you everything that you need to know to do the tax write-offs for a boss. And I also see my man Trill in the building. We're going to get to him in a second. Let's get Ms. Vonne on the panel. What's going on with you?
Hey, what's going on, bro? How you feel tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Welcome to Boss Talk Nation. I know you heard about it, you know what I mean, everywhere, but now you're here. So how was your week, first of all?
It's hectic. You know, we're getting ready to go into to do this tax thing, and the government has finally settled itself. And, you know, of course, the IRS, the federal government. So they finally made a decision. We got a file date. So we finally can make some headway. Other than that, though, you know, it's been quite chaotic. New stimulus. Now you got to report your cryptocurrency. It's a lot of stuff going on, man.
We're definitely going to get into it. So first off, you know, let the people know what you do and how you came about being the expert that you are in your field.
Right. So my name is Vonne Williams. I'm a tax accountant and a business coach here in Harlem. I also do some money coaching. I help people start businesses, stay in business, and so we can build healthy families and communities. I got into the business because I was seeing that, again, people start businesses, but they're not staying in business, and they're not taking their business seriously.
Right.
And your business has business.
Right.
You know, we can be the best, you know, podcaster around, but if we're not handling our business, paying our taxes properly, setting up our entities properly, eventually we do go out of business, and it's unfortunate. So that's what I help people do.
And that's perfect. I mean, that's much needed in the culture. You and I have had several conversations about it, and that's why I wanted you to come on, because this is your season. I mean, this is like the Super Bowl for you, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think you touched on a very important topic, and that's where I think Boss Talk Nation has built itself to serve and to fill that gap. Because like you said, a lot of people start a business and they're going through the infatuation phase, the honeymoon phase, and it's wonderful, right? Yep. And you're doing your thing. You're telling everybody you know. You done pressed up some flyers now. You got your website, and you know now you're a boss, right? But when the rubber meets the road, and you have to actually manage a company and get your books set up, and you know worry about your finances, and did we budget correctly for what we're trying to do? Is our timetable correct? Maybe we need to push it back a little bit and just keep building momentum. So those are the things that I think a lot of people, you know, they get frustrated because they don't know where to get the information. They don't have people that are experienced in not just starting a business or just making money, so to speak, but to actually being able to have a functional, sustainable business. So those are things. So now, first off, we're here to mostly talk about the taxes. So for a small business owner, can you speak to some of just the top 5 benefits maybe that you get by being a business owner when you file taxes?
Well, first and foremost, being a business owner puts you in another tax bracket. So that's why I'm a big proponent of side hustles. We'll call them side hustles. But a lot of us have things that we do outside of our regular 9-to-5 jobs that will help us. So let me just explain, if I may.
You got the floor.
So having a job is earned income. That's income that you actually work for.
Right.
Okay. And across the board, on average, it is taxed at about 53%.
Right.
53%.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. Being self-employed, all right, that's ordinary income, but it is taxed just a little bit less, maybe 50%. All right. So even if you are self-employed, you are still paying pretty high taxes, right?
Right.
Retirement, Social Security, all of that is the same. It's ordinary income as well. And when we retire, we actually pay more in taxes. Go figure.
Right.
All right. And so now when you invest and when you have shares or you own the business, right? Now this income is passive. You don't work for it. So if you get dividends from or you have proceeds from stocks, you've earned money in the stock market or in real estate or some other investment, that is passive income, and it is taxed very differently. It's like half. It's 23%, something to that.
Right.
Right? So the advantage of being self-employed to a W-2 worker, right? Even though they're taxed about the same way, is that the government looks at self-employed as a small business.
Right.
Businesses have about 400 or so different tax deductions that they can take. That we can take. So we can write off our cell phone against the business. So what the government says is, if you reinvest your earnings back into the business, you get tax breaks.
Okay.
So and that is the way that the law reads.
Right.
Now I've simplified it and paraphrased it, but that's the way that the law reads. Is if you have a business and you make $1 million, but you reinvest 600,000 of it back into the business, it's only taxed on $400,000.
Right.
If it's a C corp, right? If it's a C corp, you get another 20% break. You're really only paying taxes on what's that now? $320,000, right? So you made $1 million, but you're only being taxed on the 300,000.
Okay.
Slow me down. I like this stuff, and I can talk about this all night.
I got you. I mean, people are definitely appreciating it now. C corp. Let's just before I bring my next boss in, just to kind of chime in on it. What is a C corp for somebody who has no clue? You talking about C corp, 1099, W-2? They don't know nothing but my cousin, baby mama, cousin. I mean, playing with your kid. So okay, C corp, C corporation. Right.
So C corp, subchapter C corporation can have as many shareholders as it wants to have. Right. It's a corporation. It is taxed across the board at 21%. Right. The shareholders get dividends, which is or shareholders draws, if you will, that are taxed as passive income for them.
Right.
If it's a subchapter S corp, you can only have 100 shareholders. So only 100 people can invest. So it can be 1 or 100, right? C corp, it can be 1 or 1 million.
Right.
Okay. With the S corp, when the owners take the draw, it is tax free.
Right.
So I own an S corp. At the end of the year or every quarter, when I decide that I want to take a draw for me as the sole investor,
right,
the sole shareholder,
right,
that income is tax free. Right. So I'm dropping some 1% game on y'all right now.
Hey, that's what they need, because most people don't understand when they see about the rich, they don't pay taxes, and how come they get away with this and that. Right. And right. we're gonna get on them too tonight, because that Robinhood move was real slick. But before we go to the next point, let me get my next boss in the building, my man Trill. We'll say what's up to the people. You got to unmute, bro.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, man. How you been?
Oh, man, I can't complain, man. Crazy day, man. Crazy day. Crazy week.
I know, man. Tell me about it. So let the people know. I mean, you hit me. We always, talk behind the scenes, and, this whole GameStop move was really shady, man. Really shady. So, I know you personally had some, different involvement and stuff like that. So let the people know what your story was with the whole GameStop.
Well, first off, I was scared of GameStop. I knew it didn't, the evaluation didn't hold the weight to do it. So I just didn't want to be one of the bag holders. I don't know who it's going to be, but there's going to be thousands of bag holders. You know what I mean? Sad to say, there's going to be a lot of millionaires made, but there's going to be a lot of suicides. So people are going to jump off some bridges behind this one, because there's no way to sustain it. There's no way. And all these people that's jumping in late to the party, hearing about it over the weekend, gonna get on their Robinhood account first thing in the morning and buy the shares at whatever it is now, $350 or whatever, and they pull the rug whenever the group, now another group is in control. It's just like it was the money makers, markers, controlling everything. So now there's a whole internet mob that's controlling. So whenever they say, all right, and if you're not a part of that group and that text message, you're going to be left with a bag.
You're going to get messed up. Big shout to my man Will Dynamite, too. He does a live called The Wealth Factor, and he breaks down a lot of stuff, too. Now, Vonne, can you speak to some of the mechanics of what he's talking about? Because I have some investment knowledge, but I wanted just from your perspective, what you felt about the whole situation from a financial expert and somebody who deals with different financial instruments.
Right. So I agree with him 100%. But Robinhood, it wasn't the only one that, stopped the trading.
Right.
And I think that, Robinhood and Webull and, well, I won't say Schwab and some of the bigger brokerage houses like Schwab and TD Ameritrade, they stopped the trading as well. But they're the bigger trading platforms, right?
Right.
I think that Robinhood and Webull kind of got caught out there with their pants down. They let the big guys come in and play and basically come in the yard and ruin it for the little guys. Basically. Right. And then Robinhood really is a platform for people who don't have any experience, right? It's for those of us who can get in, kind of try to figure it out. How does this trading thing really work? I can buy cryptocurrency. I can own Amazon. I can own Apple. I can own Tesla. And I may not have put in, but $500, but I can own all of this.
Right.
Now what has happened is Reddit and them and these other people have come in, gotten on these platforms and got in and got out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, the people who are still trying to learn got on the train late in the game. They're going to lose big time,
mm-hmm.
right? And yeah, some people are going to be jumping off some ledges because, the way that it was moving, if you got in at the right time, yes, you could make some really and I am not even going to front. I got in.
Right.
I made me a few nice, cute little coins, but I got out. I got out in time.
Right.
Also,
stuff with Robinhood. There's a lot of manipulation that goes on with Robinhood, and I'm one of the ones that figured it out and take advantage of it myself.
Right.
I have more money in the pre-market and the aftermarket than I do trading during the day.
Right.
You know, waking up at 4:30 and being done by the time opening bell rings, that I'm a coffee and tequila. That's it. Long term, you know what I mean? But because I know Robinhood, all these people went in at the bell and they're anticipating it starting over again in the morning. They can't start trading at 9:30, I think.
Right. Yeah, the opening bell. Exactly.
I've already gotten in at 4 o'clock. Sometimes PRs hit at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Immediately volume picks up.
Right.
Already on the way up.
Right.
It takes a lot.
And a lot of people, and see, this is the thing, and I'm gonna show a little piece. Well, matter of fact, let's do that first, because I'm gonna show a little news clip about you know, the reporting from the Wall Street side of things and what, you know, how they were trying to spin it. So just give me 1 second. Let me get that clip ready for y'all, and then we're gonna come right back and we'll discuss. So here we go.
Statements from Robinhood and Interactive Brokers about restricting trading on some names. The statement out of Robinhood says, our mission at Robinhood is to democratize finance for all. We're proud to have created a platform that has helped everyday people from all backgrounds shape their financial futures and invest for the long term. We continuously monitor the markets and make changes where necessary. In light of recent volatility, we are restricting transactions for certain securities to position closing only. As for Interactive Brokers, they say we've put AMC, BB, Express, GME, and costs option trading into liquidation only due to the extraordinary volatility in the markets. In addition, long stock positions will require 100% margin and short requires 300% margin until further notice, David. That's likely to raise some hackles and some anger in certain sectors.
Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter already, as you point out, Carl. People upset at the idea that they can no longer buy, and it will have an impact. It would be curious to see just how much, of course, but it will conceivably have an impact on shares of GameStop and many of the others. Although, I mean, again, American Airlines this morning, that was unexpected. Better than expected numbers for a company that had been losing, what, $30 million a day. But you can see there, the stock had been up as much as 50%. It's come in. GameStop is coming in. AMC, we talked about the conversion there by Silver Lake of $600 million of convertible notes into stock, given the conversion price was, well, it was at least above, well below where the stock was, although no longer. But Carl, this story is far from over. And again, I would come back to the broader story, which is you've had an enormous reduction in risk by many on Wall Street who run hedge funds, who are now going to think very differently about how they go about shorting stocks.
Shepard Smith here.
All right, so that's the story, and I wanted to shape that. I wanted to use that clip purposely because I wanted people to understand what's going on. Let me just shout a few people out on the check-in. We got Jordan Williams, right? He says, I was skeptical from the beginning, right? That's why he jumped in with Ameritrade and had no problems. Okay. Somebody else said that's the truth. Big shout out to Kenny. He's on the check-in, right? We got people all the way from the motherland checking in, right? Now, we already answered that question about the S Corp and C Corp. If you didn't get the answer, you can watch the replay, and we'll give you that breakdown. And, you know, we got somebody else here. They checking in. Appreciate you. All right. So that's the real story for the next level investor, right? What we usually do. Well, go ahead, Trill. You said something?
Part 2 next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We definitely going. We definitely going to keep this going.
I couldn't do it. I was scared of the GameStop. I jumped into AMC. I'd already been long on naked since like 32 cents. So they didn't scare me to sell my position on a couple of things. But a lot of things I did sell instead of transferring over to my other broker. It takes days sometimes. Right. So I did. But I mean, I watched the Robinhood CEO on CNN last night, and it was like he was like a robot. He just kept repeating. It was a script,
right?
And he followed that script. You know what I mean? And it was amazing. I was so mad because they know what they did and they protected their investment and their main investor.
And that's the key, and that's what I was just getting ready to get to, right?
We were about to break their investor.
Right.
But more importantly, Robinhood has the money. All the Bitcoin, they own your Bitcoin. You don't own Bitcoin when you buy it through Robinhood. They buy it for you, and they own their portfolio.
Right.
People understand that. So whatever you bought it at and all that, they're buying in so bulk. They're doing so much bulk trading that people don't know about.
Right.
And that's manipulate a lot. And sometimes the manipulation is with Robinhood itself. So it's a dirty game, man. But I'm addicted and I love making money.
Yeah.
Well, you said something here though. The other thing that people don't realize on Robinhood is that, again, it's for beginners, and it's not, the trading doesn't happen in real time.
Right.
It's not like you're on TD Ameritrade or E-Trade. My preferred platform is E-Trade.
Right.
I go on Robinhood so that I can teach other people how to use it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what do they have, like 3 trading times per day or something to that effect? It's not in real time, which has also contributed to the problem. But they got to be held accountable for it, and they're backed by a hedge fund. So yes, you're right. They have money.
They have to be some accountability for it. I mean, it just smells bad. Even if you were 100% you were only thinking about your Robinhooders and the best for them and not to break them, and they don't know what they're doing. I get it, but it was gonna hurt your main investor, which is the hedge fund. Like, it just smells bad.
Right. And that's right. And that's
I lost 24,000 in maybe 9 minutes.
right. And that's heavy. For everybody to understand, investing has considerable risk. And I just wanted to jump in real quick because what Vonne said and what Trill is saying is, I just wanted to get the nugget so everybody can understand, right? So what we're saying is anybody who even dabbles in investing would understand. So the price that GameStop is trading at its height was around 350 somewhere, right? What people are trying to say is, okay, you take a stock like Microsoft, who is trading somewhere in that neighborhood, around 300 or something like that. Now, Microsoft is an established company, blue chip company on the stock exchange. We know they have money, right? Their business, forget the money, their business value and their established brands and the people, their foothold in their market garners that price, right? Versus something that a brick and mortar store that's already was basically the Blockbuster of video games can't hold or sustain that amount of money and value. The stock is way overvalued, right? So anybody could see that, hey, something's going on here, but I'm gonna get mine while it's going on, but it's something dirty going on. Now, the second part that you're talking about as far as the hedge funds backing them, and I think that's very important for people to understand. When Robinhood first came out, they branded themselves as basically the people's exchange, the entry point. It has a very low barrier of entry. It's very simple and easy to use. The interface is pretty, but it lacks information. And that's where people like Vonne, myself, Trill, I'm pretty sure you're schooling a lot of people on it. And I have a training on it as well that gives you all the fundamentals of what a market cap is, right? What price to earnings ratio is, all of these different things that are the fundamentals, right? When you study a stock. So I always tell people it's not so complicated as to what you invest in if you invest in what you understand, right? There's some of the biggest traders in the world who basically give you that, Peter Lynch, all them kind of people. So what we're saying is Robinhood as a platform, they came in the game as the people's champ. They're going to help everybody invest. What Trill is saying is, it was kind of like if you ever seen Trading Places, right? And the movie when Eddie Murphy and I think it's Dan Aykroyd, yep. And they shorted the market. So what does that mean, right? Shorting the market means they bet against the stock because they already knew the report was going to go one way. The big dog, the Duke brothers, right? They was the establishment. They thought they had the information. Same thing basically happened. Reddit, the communities on Reddit are people who day trade, people who they have information. So you can subscribe to one of their threads and you can get, some good information and you can get some tips. Basically, you're getting that the same treatment you would get without paying a brokerage fee, right? So you're paying money. So when people don't understand, when you get with these bigger investment houses, they're charging you money to trade your money on every single trade. Then you pay a management fee, depending if you have an index fund or whatever kind of account. So where people with Robinhood, the appeal was there's no, fees, no commissions, none of that. and it forced everybody. If you remember, maybe a year ago or a year and a half ago, Charles Schwab, all the big boys, E-Trade, everybody, zero commissions. You know, they forced the market to change their business model. That doesn't happen every day. So they already were salty. They're like, well, we can't charge you, man, can't. But let's just get
fractional shares.
And fractional shares. Now, this is the key before I bring some of the other bosses in for the conversation. What we're talking about is the fat cats, right? The quote unquote Wall Street fat cats. They already were in. The fix was in. They had already had shorts, and they were meaning they were betting against. Right? They were betting against the stock from the beginning. So the people, the Reddit, basically the underground, they were like, oh, they got the play set up. Well, guess what? We about to call an audible. And they started buying it up, which drove the price up. And when you short a stock, means betting against it, betting that it's going to go down, and you're betting into the future. That the further out, the cheaper it is. If it's going to, what the price will be 2 days from now, that's going to be expensive. But if I can pick a month from now what the price is going to be, you can get that bet for cheap, and you can buy a fraction. So I might be able to buy 1,000 shares for a little bit of something, and then boom, I'm doubling, tripling, right?
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Do you understand what I'm saying? It was like the little guy finally got back. It was like David and Goliath. It was like the bully got hit in his eye. They had to walk around the whole week with the black eye.
Right.
You know, like it worked, and it's gonna happen again. AMC, the same thing. They had to cover today.
Right.
They had to get under $9. It closed at 13.
And see, that's the point that people need to understand. When we're talking about that, meaning that, so a lot of people were able to buy, or let's say people were saying, okay, this thing is going up. I know this is some kind of, this is shady, some kind of way. So I'm going to bet against it, and I'm going to sit back and wait. And as it drops, I'm making money wherever I put my stop at. So it's kind of like putting a little Post-it note. If it hits this price, now you get me out. So the software, and this is what people don't understand. You're trading what Trill is saying. You're trading on Robinhood. You buy your little stocks, little 20 shares, whatever you get. When you want to get out, now you stuck. You can't even get out at the time. These professional traders or people who day trade and have the software set up, their thing has a stop in it. Yep. So if they build themselves, that's what hedging your bets. So hey, if it dropped to $25, get me out right there. $25 and 1/10 of a cent, get me out, right? Because I can make thousands or tens of thousands within them little milliseconds. Where we got a regular computer, right? You're not getting that. You're on your cell phone. You really think you're getting the same? Yeah, you load. It ain't happening. They have supercomputers, gaming computers. The computers these people use, that's what they're using to make trades in milliseconds, right? So you have to understand before, and I don't want to discourage people from investing, but I want to make sure that you get with somebody, right? This is just all information. It's for informational purposes. Go find your financial advisor, do your own research. What we're trying to tell you though on this show, and you need to share this, the replay is going to definitely go crazy because people need this information. Now, before we go deep into the conversation, let me get my man Jay Classik on the call. What's going on, brother? You might got to unmute. You got to turn your volume up a little bit.
We live, baby.
We live. All right, while he's fixing that, while he's getting that together, it's all good. Vonne, let's get into your website and let people know what you do and how you do your training and everything like that. So we can let the people know if they want some deeper information, if they want to, first of all, get their taxes. We ain't finished about that. We need to find out how do you get them max refunds, how these people riding them Wraiths and them Phantoms, and nobody seems to be paying no bills, and everybody seems to be bossed up. So let's show the website real quick. Let me put it up first, and then we'll come back to Jay in a second and get him in the conversation.
Yo.
All right, 1 2 1 2. You there?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
All right.
All right, you good. I'll come right back to you. Just sit for 1 second. All right. So, all right, let's pull this up. And we're going to get to the website. All right, so this is your website. Beautiful layout.
Thank you. Thank you.
And just talk us through it real quick. You know, if somebody comes to your website and they want to get your financial expertise, you know, I hit this explore button.
Yep.
Let's see what's going on. Okay, boom.
Yep.
We're on that page. Okay, financial counseling, enterprise coaching, small business development, and more. So let the people know exactly what they're going to get with the Vonne Williams experience.
They're going to get, you know, financial coaching. So, you know, we'll just use stocks right now. Now, traditionally, us as a people has been afraid of that, right? We've been afraid to invest. We've been afraid to do the stock thing. So what I really focus on is mindset and worthiness, because anybody can, like now, platforms like Robinhood, Stash, Webull, Acorns, now everybody can get in on the game. So I coach people to invest differently, as opposed to just having their money sit in a savings account. We talk about investing. We talk about growing their money differently. Savings accounts yield a penny a year. You know, even if we set $10, the same $10 in a Robinhood account on, you know, a partial stock of Tesla or Apple in a year, it's definitely going to have more than a penny. Do you understand? It will have yielded more than a penny. And it really warms my heart when people say, hey, I took $2,000 at the top of the year, and, you know, I invested it because I listened to your lives, because I do a live on Facebook every Monday and Saturday morning at 9:20 a.m. And, you know, just listening to your lives, I went and I invested on Stash, and now it's up to $30,000. And, you know, like that kind of stuff blows my mind. And then when people want to start businesses, they come to me, we sit down, we talk. I got to figure out what your mission is, what your vision is. And a lot of businesses, again, go out of business because they do not take care of their business. And they got some bad habits. Listen, man, I've had 2 businesses to go belly up, and not because they weren't great ideas or I wasn't handling the business. I just had bad habits. I wasn't in the right mindset to be an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart. So I teach people how to start their business, how to stay in business, how to make it profitable, and they don't become a statistic. You know, 100 businesses that will start this year will be finished before the year. 50% of those businesses will be done before the year is up. And then 30% of the remaining businesses will be out of business in 5 years. Like, why start? Why start a business? And we bring businesses from like being a hobby into being a business. And after they get their businesses up and running, I teach them how to be business owners. There's a difference in being a business owner and an entrepreneur. So I teach them how to be business owners, and we kick up their investing another notch. Right. And and what makes me different, you know, I'm a tax accountant, and we have a different perspective on things. So I get people to think like the 1%. Right. This is why old boy wasn't only paid $750. Right. Right. And now if he paid $750, I'd be very surprised. Right. He's a phantom. He doesn't exist. He lives in a building that has his name on it. Right. He flies around in jet planes that has his name on it. All of those things, all the cars that he rides around in, all of that is owned by the company that has his name on it. He's a phantom. He doesn't own anything. He's a shareholder. And I said before, you know, shareholders take their draws as passive income. Right. Don't pay very much tax on it. Right. And so that's what makes me different from your average run-of-the-mill entrepreneurship coach. I teach you to think like the 1%. Right. And, you know, on this website, there's a place where you can book me for speaking gigs. There's a place where you can buy some Don't Die Broke merch. Okay. There is a spot that you can go to the tax services that will take you to my tax company. And also there's a spot where you can join my text community and also get a free consultation with me. So, you know, that's what I try to do on this little website here. I kind of dig the colors, you know, my website person really did me well here. And yeah, that's about it, man. I think I've talked enough, don't you?
This is beautiful, and I wanted to say, this ain't no little website. This is a digital platform that can get you change your life. And here's the merch for anybody. You know, the slogan is "Don't die broke." You know, if you want to support, definitely come by, cop some merch, or get a course, or you know, check her out on live. So for the text number, if somebody wants to, you know, just hang out and get your information and just start chopping it up with you, what's the best way for them to text you?
So they can click on that. They can go to the website, click on that link that says "Join Text Community," and then that number will pop up, and I'll give it to you.
Oh, right here, 917-540-5611. That's 917-540-5611. You need to hit Vonne if you need to get your money right. All my people, like, you know, hear what she's saying. If you bosses, if you think you a boss, if you're something like a boss, you need to get in this community and get with her coaching and everything. Now we're going to get my man 50 grand, Jay Classik, in the building and see what he's talking about, because he's definitely one of the bosses that we want to get respected. So say what's up to the people, Jay. Let them know what's going on with you.
What's good with it, man? Y'all good? How y'all doing?
We good, man. Happy to have you here tonight. I mean, we talking about everything that's going on with the stock market and investing and everything, man. So let the people know what you do, how you came to the table, and why you are the boss everybody needs to know around your way. Hold up. You might be muted. You might be muted. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is that keeps muting me. I don't know. But can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
All right, yeah. But like I said, Jay Classik out of H-Town, out of Houston, Texas, A&R manager. You know, been doing it for the last 15, 16 years. You might know me from artists like The Road Music, Louisiana Cash, those records like Ice Cream Paint Job, Walk That Walk, Walk with a Dip. I'm from Louisiana. So, you know, Mr. Fab, some of these guys I still work with. So, you know, we just Hustle Squad DJs, of course. But, you know, just my resume. But, you know, just getting it on, just doing my thing in the South, pretty much.
Okay. So with the topic, what we really kind of chopping it up tonight about is, you know, having your business together, right? We know the Robinhood story. I know, I'm pretty sure you very in tune with that. But even as a A&R and an entertainer, somebody who's broken a lot of big notable acts, how important is it for people in entertainment? Because that's one of the things we specialize in.
Say it again.
I say, as somebody from entertainment, how important is it to have your business together?
Oh, of course, you have to have your business together if you want to eat in the music business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, from the can you hear me? From the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? From the ground up. You know what I'm saying? From your from your business to your brand, your logo, your business plan. You know, the whole nine. Even getting to the point of making money. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't even be focused on making money from the beginning. So, you know, it's a long journey. You know what I'm saying? You got to have your business together, and you got to be ready to grind.
All right, definitely, man. I mean, that's definitely some good game for people to understand. Now, what I was gonna say to you is, I think you got a speakerphone on. I mean, or some type of computer speaker. If you turn that down, it won't reverb when we talking back and forth. That's the only reason I had to put you on mute so we can keep the audio clean. But other than that, Trill, let's get to you. Have your event coming up, you know, next month, and it's definitely something that people need to tap into. So let the people know what's going on with that.
February 27th here, 27th here in Atlanta, Georgia. We got Indie Mega Fest presents the Mega Media Mixer. You know, February, Black History Month. Shout out to all the Black media, all our podcasters, all our radio personalities, TV show hosts, everybody that's a part of this media. And Atlanta is like the mecca of the South when it comes to that. So there's so many podcasts and radio shows and just tastemakers out here that do their thing on YouTube and make sure that we have the biggest thing that we're doing, that we are doing that I think you know about is we are giving away. We're doing 3 awards. We're honoring 3 people too. So this Black History Month, it's just big, man. I'm excited. It's the first time I'm actually going to be able to honor somebody and show them appreciation because people don't get it a lot. So it's just a little different spin on it. We're going to have people perform, people come out, network, get the media. We're pretty much trying to put all the media in one building that all the artists say they can't get to.
Right. And that's key. And I was going to talk to you about that. And then we'll get back to Jay Classik and let him speak at it from the H-Town perspective. Right. So for you're somebody who originally is from the LA, California, West Coast area, right?
Who's that? Me? I'm from Chicago.
Okay. So you being from Chicago, you have seen the importance of venturing out. I'll put it like that. Yeah. Right. And some of the biggest artists. And I think another thing that, when I talk to business owners, what they do is they get frustrated because people who know them, people that's from their city may not show them the love, may not even show them the respect, even when they deserve it because they've stepped their game up. And I want you to speak to that as far as, not just for entertainers, but anybody, the importance of getting outside your bubble, outside your immediate circle so that you can really kind of build your business.
I appreciate with any artist that I do any kind of consultation with, or if they just call me and I've been doing this 3 years, it's not working. And I look up, I look on your Instagram and I see every show you've done is in North Carolina, or every some show you've done is in Birmingham. Well, you haven't been able to take over Birmingham, so it's time to go up I-20 a little bit, see what you get the next one, see what you get. But you cannot sit in one city. There's people I know. For instance, I know artists that have not been able to break in Atlanta because of just it's saturated.
Right.
So, 45 minutes away to Macon, and they're the #1 spinning song in Macon, and it's gonna spread right back to the big city because all the radio stations are sister stations of other stations. So you got one DJ in Charlotte talking about you, and you're a part of the Radio 1 network, and now it's a lot easier for you to move around. But right. If all you know is Gary, Indiana, all you know is Compton, you all wrong. It's not right. A long road for you.
Right, and that's key. And I wanted to bring Jay Classik again. So let the people know, because I know in H-Town, you guys have a certain way of doing things, a certain way of connecting. So let the people know from your vantage point what you see the importance of networking in and out of town.
No, just to follow up with Trill saying, the same way, the radio is important. And a lot of artists get caught up in just trying to focus on the major cities, major markets. And with us being in Texas and having to grind from the ground up, we have to hit a lot of small cities, small towns, college markets, independent radio stations, P2 stations, not, the major market stations. So, but with us being a big market, big state, Texas, and you bring Louisiana, in as well. We've been able to spread that, and guys, it's just a normal thing to get out and network and move around, and push the product in other markets, especially markets where you still, like I said, the smaller markets still see the local guys as superstars, as celebrities. So it's like being a hood star. So you just move around and you build your brand, and capitalize on it.
And don't break the wheel. People try to break the wheel. I want to New York. I want to perform in Atlanta. It's like, man, chill. You know what I mean? They all unpaid shows in those big cities. They don't know you. But go ahead and take 250, 300 in Birmingham, in Raleigh, in Indianapolis, in Wichita City. I'll take that all day long. But they overlook them. Easy money.
Right. And people definitely need that information, because where I'll throw it to is people that are even local business owners, right? Say the club owners you're talking about, the people who may do catering, the people who may do have a barbershop, any business you have, you know, and Vonne can speak to this, you know, as far as being a speaker and a coach. Sometimes, you know, people feel like, oh, if I'm it's the flip side to it too. If you get too hot in your one little circle, you think you the man or you the boss everywhere. So for Vonne, you know, you've been somebody who's been in different continents, you know, speaking your message and stuff. And so just for people who may not be a creative or artist, but they have a local business and they don't understand that the people who you done sold to your cousin, your auntie done bought your cakes, and so-and-so done bought a t-shirt. Now what's next, right? And I try to always tell people this, but give some game to the people.
Well, you know, there's a quote that says, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you should probably change your room. So if you are, you know, the big man on campus and, you know, already performed for your grandmama and everybody, yeah, it's time for you to, you know, it's time for you to switch up your city. And what I hear you guys saying is, you know, like it ain't gonna happen overnight.
Right.
You know, and you might be sweet at home and everybody love you at home, but you know, you got to get people to love you in other places as well.
Right.
And it's the same as being the smartest person in the room. You know, you got to get in another room. Get in another room with some people that are smarter than you. And then when you outgrow that room, you know, get to the next one. And eventually, you know, you'll be in the room. You will attract the room with the smartest people. They will want you in the room with them. And it's the same with these artists. And it's funny that you guys are talking about this. When I moved to New York back in the mid 90s, like this is what I did. I was a studio engineer. And you know, people would come in and, you know, they would want to be with, you know, Biggie and Al B. Sure and all these people. Let me get in, you can get me in. I'm like, no, I can't get you in. You got to figure out a way to get yourself in. No, I'm not bringing you in here. This is my job. I don't know. Absolutely not. And you know, people also got to realize that their come up is on them. You know, yeah, you know, we cool or whatever, but your come up is on them. So, you know, I can definitely resonate with what you guys are talking about.
And the leverage is how you come up. You know what I mean? If you grinded it out, or if you were that lucky dude that caught Eminem coming out the bathroom in Burger King with a freestyle. You know what I mean? And he's you, and it was just, oh, I can do that too. Everybody grasps onto those one in a million situations that they hear. You know what I mean? That's not life out here.
It's not.
Overnight sensations happen and takes 10, 15 years.
Right.
You know? Overnight sensation. No. I've been around for a minute. You know, I've just been grinding it out. It's just my time. That's all.
Right. Now let's get one more boss in the building. One of your Chicago brethren, Trill. I got my man Dope from the Go. What's going on with you? Say what's up to the people.
Yo, how everybody doing?
All right. So I know you've been checking out the conversation, chilling out in the green room, you know, doing your thing. And tonight we started off with the GameStop and all of the Robinhood mess. And now we're talking about just, you know, the importance of spreading the word and getting outside. And that's why we have Boss Talk Nation, because, you know, you're definitely somebody who is always supporting behind the scenes. You got your own movement. So let the people know what's going on with you and what are your thoughts on that topic?
Oh man, everything is wonderful on my end right now, man. I'm just winding down. You know, we got a lot of snow hitting. But yeah, man, like these platforms and I'm just iterating, like when it comes to like these platforms like Clubhouse and, you know, all these platforms that, you know, people are quick to like run to and create, you know, stronger revenue for, you know, people that don't benefit from them. You know, we got to really take heed and understanding what having your own creations and building something for, you know, a movement within means, you know what I mean? And that go back to like, you know, talking about the stocks and everything too, because, you know, everybody want to bandwagon stuff, you know, when they hear about it versus, you know, just finding it out on their own and researching and you know, just being original versus like trying to copy what everybody's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got to learn from that.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Now, I was gonna bring Clubhouse up to close, before we close out and everything, because I wanted to bring that conversation to the table.
Yeah.
With Clubhouse just recently this week got $1 billion valuation, right? Which means they said that they raised $100 million. And Vonne, tell me, if my math is off, right? They got $1 billion valuation, which means that they gave up about 10% of the company. It sounds about right.
That's about right.
Okay, so what people don't understand about how this game works now, I did a little promo video before the show, and I wanted to reiterate this point. People that tell you ideas don't matter or don't mean anything, they probably don't have any good ideas, right? Mm-hmm. Some people need an instruction manual. If they're the greatest in the game, if you give them a manual. If and I'm pretty sure all of you have heard this before. The people with the money don't have ideas. The people with the ideas don't have no money, right? So that's where the whole angel investor, the venture capitalist game, and the rounds. So what we mean by that for the audience out there, when you first start out, you may start out, pitching your business to get investors. Like Vonne was saying, you have a corporation. When you form your corporation, you can give out shares. Sometimes you can just do percentages and say, hey, if you do this for me, boom, 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 right? Even with Boss Talk, we have, people that are affiliates. Trill is one of the co-founders behind the scenes making things, we doing different things. And everybody they have, different forms of equity into the situation depending on what their role is in the situation. For most people, they have a business, they come to the table, they've built this business. Say they got a cookie business and they're selling these cookies and selling these cookies. Then when they want to get these investments because they want to grow the business, but you have to be able to show receipts. People, now if it's an angel investor, it might just be the idea. It's just a sketch of an idea. We'll give you a little money. It's not going to be a lot of money, but it's enough just to kind of flush this out. Let's just see what can happen. Then as you build and they actually come up with a proof of concept, now we can start saying, okay, this is what we can do. This is how we can, build it up. And if it becomes, popular in that circle amongst the investors, now you start getting to the big money, right? I personally know somebody, big shout out to Jasmine Crow down there at ATL. She has a company called Gooder, right? Gooder is basically the new Meals on Wheels. And she started from nothing, right? Came out of school. She was doing all the PR for 2 Chainz and Jeezy and a lot of the people when they do like their initiatives around Thanksgiving time. Her niche was feeding people and eliminating food waste. She was able to find a piece of technology to help them basically automate for businesses to calculate how much food they were wasting. So hotels, stadiums, the Phillips, well, back in the day that's how I've been in the A from back in the day when it was the Phillips, right? And all these places. And so she went through her rounds. And the first round was like $100,000 or whatever. And she was, she would post her updates. And then one day I just saw him popping the champagne, 1.3 million. Now that company and hers is called a B Corp. And I'll get Vonne to speak on that before we go. But she's now have a $3 million company, right? CNN, TED Talks, everything. And this is somebody I did business with maybe 15 years ago. She was coming out of grad school, right? And just kept in contact with, and I've seen it happen. So I know when you have something, if you're working at it could grow. So Jay Classik, speak to that, and then I'll come back to Doe.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, you gotta, stay on it, stay on the grind, as far as like staying consistent. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, like I said here in Texas, it's unique in the sense of like I said, everything is from the ground up. So we get a chance to play a role in each part of the game of the industry. You know what I'm saying? That better helps you to understand the business that you're in. You know what I'm saying? So you can, like you said, from PR to management to, to studio engineering. The whole 9. So, like I said, it's business. It's a guys got to understand, man, it's just consistency. You know what I'm saying? It's really consistency and persistence. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for you and being prepared when the opportunity comes. You know what I'm saying? Once the opportunity comes, you got your business right. You know what I'm saying? And you're consistent got the right product, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get the right investor. And like you said, you know, the sky's the limit.
Right, definitely. So, my man Doe from the Go.
Yes, sir.
Let the people know what you got going on. I know you said you got an artist that you working with. I know you got a couple of artists. Big shout to TZ Duh. He's still doing his thing. But what's going on with you recently?
CA Brown, dope artist out of Chicago Heights. We just dropped his project, King's Testimony. It's a real dope hip hop project. Very uplifting. A lot of feel good records, in a soulful vibe. He talks about a lot, everything from political to family values and just uplifting all the way through the whole project. So it's a very dope project. I'm gonna bring him on, and he's gonna talk about that and all of that. But yeah, just working, man, making sure these artists is doing what they gotta do, as well as pushing our movements and stuff forward. You know what I'm saying? Just always doing something for the culture.
Yeah, and I always, man, I check the timeline, man. I see you always in the studio or you somewhere, man. This brother right here, man, this dude is like the Renaissance man.
Oh, well, when they sleep, I'm working. When they sleeping, I'm working.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. You ain't up 3 a.m. watching what Doe from the Go doing, then you slipping. I'll be up. I'm watching everything. I see the whole.
Yeah, I like that. I like that though, because when I'll be telling people, man, when y'all getting that good rest, just know somebody is up going super hard. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not comfortable. And when you're not comfortable, that's good. Because when you're uncomfortable, that means something about to happen in your life. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what it is, man. That's what it is. So we can bring your artist on. Let's chop it up with him. Let's see what he got to say. And we can get him in the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's hopping on shortly. CA Brown representing Chicago Heights. He formerly was known as Trigger Trend. That was kind of like a street moniker. He did a lot of drill music and stuff like that. But now he's, brand changed on to, something bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? And more uplifting and more, mature, because he's a family man, etc. So it's all about growth. You know what I mean? And the music itself will also speak as well. When we display the project. I know we can't, do that, but I mean, I'll have a a link for you or whatever, and then we can get this.
Definitely. And what I'll do is I'll post it because we were okay. I see him. He getting ready to pop up in a minute. Okay, let's get him in. And see, the only reason with the music is we got too many copyright flags. Man.
Yeah, I understand. So I got the link. I got the link right there for you. We can.
Okay, I got you. You know what I mean? And so everybody go check it out. Make sure we're gonna put the link in the description.
Very, very, very dope project. I was one of the executive producers for the project. We worked really hard on it. His rollout is amazing. He's got visuals for every song on the album. He's been very consistent ever since the project dropped. Even before then, he wrote it out well. He's doing what he got to do. He's a hardworking artist.
That's what's up, man. Let's get him on the panel. What's going on? CA Brown, say what's up to the people.
Yo, what up? What's going on?
Bro, I'm hearing a lot of heat, man. My man Doe, man, he put the hype on you, man. He said you the next dude that's coming out the go, man. So what's going on with you? Let people know what your movement's about, what the single is, how did you get in the studio, how did you hook up with Doe? Because you can't be whack and hook up with Doe. You gotta be doing something. So let the people know how this whole collaboration came about.
Well, Doe, that's my man. We've been working together for quite some time now. I been working with Doe, had a relationship for over 10 years now. We in, but so it was only right when I decided to do this project that I bring Doe on board to kind of guide me through it, and help me navigate through the whole process, and kind of connect the dots, with everything, because I trust his ear, and his judgment.
Definitely. So he told us a little bit about your journey and how you started out one way and now you're a family man, you're doing your thing. So let's speak to that. Let's give some game to the other artists and the other aspiring people out there who, they're somewhere right now, maybe they're in the street, maybe they're doing things they ain't supposed to do. And what made you want to turn around and do something positive?
Well, if Doe gave you a little bit of my backstory, I started off as Trigger Trend, when my name was Trigger Trend, it was kind of like just a younger version of myself, a more reckless version. I was my content was, you know, heavily embedded into the streets. You know, C.A. Brown is just a show of growth. The C.A. Brown is my real name. Corey Anthony Brown is my real name. You know, so I decided to go with that because the content is so personal now. And, you know, it's real. It's not just one aspect of my life, because the streets is only one aspect of your life. So I just wanted to bring you more in depth to my real life as an everyday common man, you know, and just the trials and tribulations and pitfalls of being a young Black man, you know, and also just the journey of being a father, a husband, you know, things of that nature. And, you know, it was put on my spirit to go that way because, you know, I look back at 2020 and just the state that the world was in. You know, I felt like we needed a voice, you know, to speak to that. I felt like people were in need of healing, you know, so I wanted to use my voice for a higher purpose than just, you know, to cater to the streets.
Right. And that's powerful, man. And I appreciate you for that, because we need more people being an example. You feel me? It's not cool to be doing 20 years. You see a lot of the other artists, and I'm not, you know, I'm not hating on nobody. Everybody that's been through their trials and tribulations, but you see what's going on. You see how they playing that. They're not playing, you know, and so we need you out here. We need you to be an example for these other people. So since you on Boss Talk, I mean, I can't play the track, but you can't spit some fire before we get out of here. Give them a hot little 16. Give them something for the people, man, so they know you ain't playing when you step in that booth.
Okay, let me think of what can I drop on you right quick.
Because I got Jay Classik on here, man. He got the whole H-Town.
Okay.
He got DJ. He got DJs on D. He might put you on tonight. So what's up, man? I need to hear something, man.
So, you know, since you want to hear something, I'm gonna show you better than I could tell you, you know. Look, I show you better than I could tell you. Reality is better than any dream I could sell you. They tried to overlook me. They undervalued my value. Now I'm turning up. I readjusted the volume. Yeah. Elevated like I levitated. I guess it's safe to say greatness will be my destination. Procrastinated, but they say it's better late than never. I realign with my fate. I feel like the greatest ever. A staple in this culture, been solidified my status. Rapper game, I'm essential to its apparatus. I'm not a rapper. This is God speaking through your speakers. Divine rhyme, so I chose to minimize the features. My subject matter focused on the things that matter, like Black lives. Rest in peace to Breonna Taylor. They say that desperate times call for desperate measures. No more talking. I show you better than I could tell you.
That's what it is. That's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I see my man Trill bobbing his head. What's going on? What you think?
Yeah, I want to hear that shit now.
All right, we're gonna get to it. My man,
absolutely, man.
Okay. You got me cussing and stuff over here, man.
It's all good. We let one fly for the night. It ain't that bad. All right, so Jay Classik, before we get out of here, and then I'm gonna let everybody shout out their social medias and all of that. You know, my man Mike. Oh yeah, let me get on the check-in real quick. My man Mike said that was nice. You know what I'm saying? He down there in Texas too. So you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that's affiliated. You know, though my people's Margaret, she said Dr. Margaret, my bad. Dr. Margaret said when they sleep, I work. So definitely you got a lot of people that's agreeing with you. And Jay Classik, she gave you some love too. She said consistency and stay ready is the key to success. So, you know, like I said, the people is gravitating to your message. She said, all right. She said, you better know, show us what you got. She wanted a ball.
No doubt. Right, so, no doubt.
We're going to start with Jay Classik, and then we're going to come back around clockwise and let everybody know what's going on with you. Because Jay Classik, I know you got a lot going on. And, you know, and if you got some other stuff down the line, we can always bring you back through. But before we get out of here, just in the interest of time, you know, let people know where they can find you, what's your next movements, and what you want to shout out.
Yeah, man. You can hit me up on instaclassic.com or hustlesquaddjs.com. Of course, you know, we got the call like every Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? Getting it on with my boy Matt. Man, we got the tour, Ratchet Music Tour. We got Mr. Fab and a lot of our artists coming up. So just look out for me, man. Definitely hit the website and you know, boss it. We're gonna boss up all year 2021.
We with you. We definitely gonna tap back in. So Trill, let them know what's up.
Yo, everybody follow me at Trill Biz on Instagram. Make sure you telling everybody to follow this platform. Like I said, entertainment meets finance, information. We just not on here just talking crazy. Like we're really putting in some really, really good work to put some good jewels in your ear. But Indie Mega Fest presents Media Mega Mixer, February 27th. All my media people, everybody, artists, you want to come out, all the media under one roof. Check us out.
Definitely. That's gonna be a hot. Yo, I'm making some moves. Wifey hating a little bit. She was talking about, oh, it's the COVID. I said, yo, I might have to get to the A, fam. But we're gonna talk about that offline.
Tell them we not going to Magic City. You be all right.
Hey. All right, so look, Doe, let them know what's up, man. If they want to get in contact with you, man, let them know how to hit you.
You know, Doe from the Go on all social media. That's Doe, DOUGH from DAGO. Mineral Water, the album is dropping. You can check out the new clothing line, Bag Language, at shopbaglanguage.com. We got a string of projects dropping all year, man. Nothing but good hip hop projects. Shout out my other artist, Easy O'Hare. We're dropping his album, Passenger 7 in the spring. You know, nothing but greatness, man. We're doing it for the culture.
That's what's up. And C.A. Brown, let them know how to follow you, man. Follow your music.
Yeah, go follow me on IG at Mr.C.A.Brown. I also have a fan page on Facebook. It's C.A. Brown. Also, go follow my YouTube. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's Congo Originals, CONGO Originals. I also got the Congo brand. It's a clothing line. You know, Chicago or nothing. Gang Originals. You know, the King's Testimony album is out right now on all streaming platforms. So, you know, make sure you go check that out. You know, I got a lot of gems on there.
Yep. Visuals for every song. We got a dope visual dropping next Friday. You want to tell them about that real fast?
Yeah, visual dropping to Colorful Vibrations. That's a new single I'm pushing off the project. You know, I waited till Black History to drop this visual because it's heavy. It's got a heavy Black Power message in it. So I will be releasing that Friday. It's Colorful Vibrations. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can check that out when it come out. The YouTube channel again, Congo Originals.
Definitely. And Miss Vonne, the queen, the boss, the money. Yo, I told when I'm in Harlem, I'm good. I'm at the Bank of Harlem. I use Vonne name. I get 200 racks worth of credit. If I pay it back, hey, she'll clean it up for me. Let the people know how to reach you.
Oh wow, man, you funny. But you can get me at VonneWilliams.com, IG Vonne Williams, Don't Die Broke, Facebook Vonne Williams. I think it says Your Business and Money Coach. I'm not sure, but that's where my quote unquote fan page is. And I'm honored to be sitting here with you gentlemen. Make sure you guys get you a good accountant and get a good financial person in your corner so that you won't die broke. There's plenty of washed up artists. I've seen them in the studio. They one-hit wonders. And then the next thing you know, you see them working in the mailroom down at JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, whatever. So take care of your artists. Make sure that you steer them in the right direction. Again, get them good accountants and good financial people, and make sure that they make investments when they get their first hit from the record companies. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm honored to be sitting here with you gentlemen. You know, preferably you'll have me back, Jay. I'll come back. I'll come and hang out with you. This is kind of fun.
Hey, you know,
I don't do the 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't do that.
I'm with you. You know what I mean? But yeah, so just let me get a little plug in. You know, big shout to the Hype Magazine Network. They definitely helping us out with the distribution. Just Jay, want to salute her. Manny Mad Dog, he's all over the Atlanta, man. If you ain't seen this guy, man, you must be blind, because this guy is everywhere all the time. Big shout to him. Big shout to Matt Sims. And I wanted to shout out my man Suave. We got the West Coast OGs coming through next week, right? We got Yuck Mouth from the Bay, a couple of members from Compton's Most Wanted. We got, I mean, it's getting heavy, man. My man Justified, he's gonna be coming through. He's part of a group of fathers in hip hop, so he's doing his thing. We got Chili Chill and Chill. So we got Chili Chill and Chill, and we got Trill. So you know the deal. You feel what I'm saying? Now, But definitely big shout out to Swag, because that show is gonna be crazy, right? Got a lot of people that's gonna be watching. So make sure y'all tune in, because we got the West Coast finest, man. Some of these brothers, and they're gonna be talking about independence. And while a lot of you guys that are just now getting in the independent game, these are the people who made the independent game and give you some sauce on how you can, even in your business, you can have pride as being an independent, you know, whether you black owned, whether you women owned business, veteran owned business, whether you any persuasion, perspective, whatever. If you a boss, you welcome on Boss Talk Nation. Hit me up, follow me at Boss Talk Nation. Spelled the regular way. It's a lot of phony boss talks out there. I see you. I'm shutting you down. Trademarks is in process. All right. You know what I'm saying? So Vonne, no, we don't play, man. I'm coming forward. So 844-700-BOSS. That's 844-700-BOSS. Or text that number 844-700-2677. And I'll hit you up, man. We get you tapped in. C.A. Brown, J Classik, Trill, Dope from the Go, and Vonne. I salute y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. And we're going to run that Hype Magazine trailer like we always do about this time. Peace!
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Because I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Because I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.